Yeah, let's just get the ball rolling on this one first of all, because I guess we brought reports to you yesterday and information to you yesterday about the recruitment process for the manager. You can go back onto otbsports.com to have a look at it if you want. And basically, last night was the meeting where Jack O'Connor was ratified essentially as Kerry manager, himself and his management team of Mike Quirke and Diarmuid Murphy. And I'm sure this will all be kind of forgotten about in a little while, but Tim Murphy, the chairman, has come out and hit back at reports, including our own. He said that it's disheartening to hear the media reports that the recruitment process had already been decided before the interviews. He says the suggestion about it being a done deal going back 3 or 4 weeks ago is totally erroneous, totally untrue, and totally unfounded. I find it very disheartening and very disconcerting that people would actually believe that 5 people of the integrity and character that were on that selection committee would in any way sully the reputation of Kerry in any form or fashion. I think it's disgraceful. It's the lowest of the low. Then in reading from a prepared statement, he said that he talked about the sequence that led to O'Connor's appointment, and he said he went into more detail than normal in order to completely clarify matters for tonight's meeting and to counter any false or misleading information that appears to have been circulating over recent days. That is essentially the thrust of what he's saying. So he has rejected any notion whatsoever that this was a fait accompli, that Jack O'Connor was the boss before the recruitment process started.
And he also went on to very sincerely thank Peter Keane at the very end of the process. So all's well that ends well?
On a surface level it will be. I'm not sure it will. Like, the other thing to mention from last night is that there was a defence of Peter Keane and of Peter Keane, I think. And in fairness, of Stephen Stack, actually, I should say, last night. You had the Lestry Club, you had the St Mary's Club in Carrickaveen, both very connected to Peter Keane, and then you had Listowel Emmets connected with Stephen Stack, both raising concerns about the recruitment process. So, in fairness now, I wasn't at this on Zoom last night, but from what I'm reading this morning, everybody had their say. The clubs connected with the people who feel they've been wronged by what happened over the last little while have had their say, and they've been heard, and Tim Murphy has had his say, which is important as well, and the county board have hit back, and you'd like to think now it is all out in the open. All's well that ends well. I never buy that personally. I never think that the outcome tells the entire story. I think that you should be analysing the decisions and how the decisions are being made rather than the outcome. I think the outcome can sometimes paper over the cracks.
The only thing is, the truth is that ultimately at this level, no one cares about this in 6 months' time if Kerry have the All-Ireland.
Yeah,
however long it takes, whatever next season's going to be, and we'll get into that in a couple of minutes' time. The truth is, no one cares. They want the All-Ireland.
I agree. I totally agree with that. And we didn't bring that story to light yesterday because we thought people cared a lot about it, or that anybody would care about it in a while. We brought it because we know our sources were good on the story, and we thought it was relatively important in the context of what happened over the last couple of weeks. But you're right. This sort of stuff does die down very, very quickly. People will forget about this very quickly, and it's not just when it comes to this county. You can look at all the other counties that we've done stories on over the past couple of years. You look at Mayo, for example, and it often feels that when Mayo are going well, everybody forgets about some of the things that happened at county board level. And I'm not talking about the current county board, I'm talking about previous county boards. The same goes for Galway, and I'm sure even with Clare, for example, if they'd gone on a great run in the hurling championship this year, everybody would have been like, what was that story again in pre-season? What was that centre of excellence thing about? People forget about this stuff when the team on the field is doing well. Now, in fairness, it's in the interest of the county board for the team to be doing well, so it's in their interest for the process to be done well as well. So look, I think that it's good that everybody's had their say at this point, and hopefully people can make their own mind up from everything that's out there at the moment.